Your parents will always ask you one vital question, and that is, when are you getting married? Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while because I just got back from my boyfriend's hometown in Dak Lak, specifically Krong Nang province, and boy do I have some tea to spill about my first impression of Tet. I'm saying that in a really American way. I'm gonna try to say it in a Vietnamese way. So it was my first time in Vietnam celebrating Tet. And I was very nervous, I was very excited, but all around thankful for this experience because Vietnamese don't play around when they're celebrating Tet. Like, it's a serious thing. Now, as you guys don't know, maybe some of you don't know, but I'm Chinese. So I actually grew up around some sort of Chinese culture. I'm familiar with Chinese New Year, and actually Vietnamese New Year, Tet is similar, very, very similar to Chinese New Year. You have the red packets, which they call Bào Lì Xì. You have the family gatherings, which is basically all you do is eat food. You have the garments which you wear. For Vietnam, you wear áo dài, and for Chinese, you wear cheong sam. Actually, I will be sharing with you all the videos and photos that I accumulated over this past 5 days in Dak Lak province, and sharing with you my experience and my my thoughts while taking the photos and experiencing the Tet as a foreigner. So let's get started. Okay, so the first day, here's a photo of 3 of us. I went with my boyfriend, that's Tuong, and I went with my best friend New, and 3 of us rode the bus behind us. That's a Phuong Trang bus. It is a sleeper bus. That means that it leaves at 11:30 and you sleep on the bus until basically you arrive the next day. It's super convenient but super uncomfortable. The seats like gives me back pain. But however, I did discover if you put a pillow on your back, it relieves that kind of strain. And so yeah, little tip for you there. Okay, so after about an 8-hour trip, we arrived in Dak Lak, and we decided to be dropped off at Chúc Mừng Coffee, which is this great like resort-like coffee place. They had great food, great coffee, great atmosphere. The temperature was reduced. I think now at this time was probably around like 20 degrees Celsius, which is really different from Saigon because we have like 28 to 30 degrees. On the first day of this is New Year Eve, so not actually that yet. We borrowed Tuong's father's motorbike, and all 3 of us got on the motorbike. And he picked us up from our hotel, and which is like only like a 200-meter ride to his house. And when we got there, the first thing we did was actually have lunch, because literally eating is the only thing that kind of brings people together. Because my boyfriend's hometown is like near the countryside, and most Vietnamese actually have this tradition where we prefer to sit on the floor more so than sit on tables. And I like it. I'm thankful that my bone structure works that way as well, and I can sit on floors. And we kind of all just lay out a flat mat, put the food on the mat, and then actually had lunch on the floor. It was really interesting food. Honestly, it wasn't my favorite. So you're not getting like your pho or your bún bò or your banh mi, but you're getting like some like deep traditional like pig ears, liver and organs of certain animals. So I had to be really picky with what I ate. I was definitely like making sure. I asked my boyfriend, is this chicken or dog? Just kidding. So, okay, and one thing that I want to mention about my impression of Vietnamese is drinking is a huge thing in Vietnam, and especially doing Tet. It's like the biggest event. Like, if you can drink alcohol, like you are fitting in like easy as pie. But as you know, me and my friends, me and my boyfriend, my friend, we're all Christians. We don't drink, nor do we like to drink. So we had to abstain from actually drinking, which did cause some conflict in the beginning with his family because Tuong, my boyfriend, used to drink a lot, but he now doesn't drink. So it kind of caused some confusion with his family and friends. They were like,
is your girlfriend changing you? Why are you not drinking beer anymore? That's so weird. You're Vietnamese. You should be drinking.
But no, he's like, no man, I
love Jesus, I ain't drinking.
So he stood up for his belief. I'm really proud of him, and we just did not drink one sip of beer at all. Ooh, something super exciting happened the night of. So what happened was we actually gathered around a fireplace that the neighborhood started. So like this tradition in Dak Lak is that they would all have fire pits outside their house. I don't know why, it's just maybe to burn off the bad luck, I don't know. But basically what happened is we started to join in on the fire pit. There was karaoke going on and there were some kids running around, playing around, and this random neighbor comes up to us and be like, oh, you're the foreigner girlfriend, you're the foreigner girlfriend. Let's just học tiếng Anh, which means learn English, let's learn English. And so she literally gathers, okay, I mean gathers the neighborhood children and sit them down on the mat and say, okay, it's time to learn English. So without even signing up for this, I basically have become an English teacher in Dak Lak. And of course, my boyfriend and my friend are all English club teachers as well. So they joined in and we played some games, we did charades. I'll show you guys some videos. Like, it was super, super fun. They got really into it because I don't think they get a lot of foreigners teaching English out here in the countryside. So they were definitely very into the English class. Like, they wanted to learn, they were super like interested, which is really refreshing sometimes. Needless to say, we had a great time. We were all very fulfilled. If you guys don't know how Tet is celebrated is that there's 3 main days. I think there's a total of 6 days, but 3 main days which are divided into the first day being spent with only family, the second day is for friends, and the third day is for teachers and students to visit each other. So all this time, you know, you're going to each other's houses, you're giving each other Bào Lì Xì, and you're, you know, saying, how are you? When are you getting married? Which, if I haven't mentioned, I literally was asked khi nào cưới like 10 times. Moving on, the second day, because as you guys know, Lunar New Year, no one is working, therefore all the shops were closed, all the restaurants were closed. So we had nothing to do and we decided to do a photo shoot. We went to his school, we found the gate was open, so we sneaked in and we just had like a mini photo shoot. It was super fun. It's actually our first couple photo shoot and it's our first time actually going public as a couple on Facebook, so that was really exciting. So on the second day, we visited friends, and our friend Duck, so this is him right here, our friend Duck drove down from Bung Ma Thuc all the way to Krong Nang, which is about like an hour-and-a-half drive. He rode the motorbike himself and he came to visit Tuong's family, and we did something amazing which I really want to share with you guys because I think it's definitely worth noting, that Duck was able to share about the Bible with Tuong's father, and my friend Neil was able to share about Jesus with Tuong's mother. Somehow, by the grace of God, when our friends were able to share to Tuong's family, they actually were like receptive. They opened their ears, they asked questions, and Neil even said that Tuong's mother almost had tears in her eyes because Neil shared her testimony, and she has a really powerful testimony of how God changed her life. And so, you know, I pray for their hearts. I pray that one day Tuong's family can receive Christ. But until now, I believe that we did plant a seed over this Tet holiday, and Tuong is super happy about that. The last thing that I want to share is, like I mentioned, I think many times in this video all throughout, is the amount of times people ask you these 3 questions. When are you getting married? Do you have a boyfriend? How much money do you make? Such personal questions that I think in America is taken really, really personally, but I have to understand that this Vietnamese culture, it's completely normal for them to ask you about your income, for them to ask you about your relationship life, and to like basically force marriage upon you. And if you don't have someone, they'll find someone for you, basically. That to me was very strange, and I had to accept that as a Vietnamese culture. And you know, end of the day, All I can say is that was a great experience. I actually really enjoyed myself. But without further ado, my name is Jillian, but my last name is Wong, and so you're right, I'm Wong.
Đến rồi, đến rồi, đến trong tim mọi người.